Before we get into today's episode, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the Open Doors, Open Mind YouTube channel. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify and on our other social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook and now TikTok. Links to all will be in the description below. But without further ado, let's watch the episode.
This is a specific podcast that obviously involves BodyZone Gym in Bracknell. So obviously everyone's met Kai before. He's obviously worked on here and he does the bits and pieces with Open Doors, Open Mind. Now, for everyone at home that's listening to this or watching it, the reason why we're doing this one is a bit of a spin-off because obviously this is a bit more personal to myself about the mental health and what Sid here did for me in lockdown and what the gym did for me and the reason why the gym. There's a lot more where you're about to hear what's going on, and anybody that's watching and wants to support, please do. Obviously Kai's going to put all the details and everything in for whether you want to subscribe to the Facebook page, the campaign, everything we're about to do, but obviously we're about to explain. So Sid,
evening, afternoon, shall I say?
Afternoon. Obviously, when we get into it, obviously it's going to get a bit emotional.
Go on.
So, in your words, what's going on?
Right, so where can we start from? I moved into Bracknell probably about 26, 27 years ago.
Yep.
And I found a gym to go to, which was really nice. It was inside the leisure centre itself. It's called Bracknell Leisure Centre at the time. And over the time training now, I actually got ill myself. I had a major operation. I had my top lung removed. I had this illness called sarcoidosis. I had my lung removed. Top lobe of my lung gone. And going to the gym, because I've been in the gym since I was 16, what am I now? 59 this year. You know, geez. I've always been in gyms. I had a few just compete and whatnot. But anyway, going to the gym, it helps me to recuperate, recover, get your size back on, feeling good. And then while I was there and I was recuperating, I noticed there was a friend of mine said to me, "Look, listen, we're looking for someone to look after the gym for us." I said, "Why is that?" He goes, "Well, the people that were running it for us, they've gone. I was wondering if you wouldn't mind taking over. I mean, staying, just doing a couple of hours." So I did that for a while. I wasn't working at the time. And and then I got in touch with a friend of a friend, and he said, "Listen, that gym's up for sale. Would you like to say? Would you be interested?" I said, "Yeah, no problem at all." I spoke to a couple of friends of mine. It all got sorted. We took it over. I had a partner at the time.
Is that when BodyZone, was it called BodyZone then?
It was always called BodyZone Gym.
Yep.
Yeah. But it was owned by another guy called Steve Pinter, and he was just apparently what he was doing. He was just selling off his gyms that he had. He had a various number, and he liked what I saw. We come to an agreement. I took over the lease, but what happened before then? I had already approached the council and said to them, "Look, listen, I've heard this place might be up for rent." They said, "Well, it's owned by this person. We will watch you for a couple of months, see how you get on." So I must have run it for about a year and a half at the time. And I approached the council again. They said, "Look, listen, we are happy if you are prepared to take this over from this guy, because he said he wants to leave. We're happy to give it to you." So me and the guy, we come to an arrangement, got that sorted, and then I went to the council, and they said to me, "We're happy to give you a lease for the next 5 years." So that went on for, I would say, I got 3 each year. They do it every 5 years.
Yeah.
So every time it came up, the last one would have ended in 2022, which was last year.
Yeah, which would have been in lockdown.
So at that time, I thought, okay, it was about 2019. I approached the council and I said to them, because what happened was the sports centre was being taken over.
And that's Bracknell Forest Council,
Bracknell Forest Council,
right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I approached Bracknell Forest, how did it start off with? I approached the council, Bracknell, and said to them, listen, due to the fact that the building was taken over by a new company, and now I got to understand that this new company were taking over 3 other buildings that were owned by the council at the time. Yeah, and we always had a heavyweights gym in the building, and we had I would say the council, they had their own gym in there, which was more of a fitness and cardio gym.
Yeah, like CrossFit kind of thing, that kind of the bog standard commercial kind of stuff.
Yeah, they just said their weights probably went up to, I think it's about 35 kilos. Their dumbbells went up to that. My dumbbells go up to 175 kilos, which is about 150 pounds per day. And it's more, I got I had more powerlifters in there, strong men, bodybuilders, the average person. Over the years, I would have been there now for 22, 23 years.
You've been in charge of it for 22, 23 years?
Yeah, about 22, 23 years now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And with that, over the period of time that I've built the gym, we have anyone and everyone that comes in that gym. We've got people from the age of, we have parents that come in with their kids and they sign a declaration to say it's okay as long as they can monitor what they're doing and understand, and they go through our program. That's right, one. We have the oldest person I've had in my gym at the time would have been 75.
Wow.
We got I've got a guy in the gym at the moment now who's been coming to my gym. I think he's been doing about 20 years of it himself, and he comes in and he's got a tank,
oxygen
tank.
Yeah.
At the moment now we've got a guy that comes in with a little mascot, and he's a little fluffy little thing, a little dog.
Yeah.
He's
laughing about it. That's exactly what it's about.
And since this guy's been coming to my gym for, I would say, minimum 2.5 years. And I thought, hey, what's this dog doing in there? You know, what's this all about? This little thing come up to me. But then when I watched it for I thought, okay, you know, he said, Sid, do you mind if I just have him because I said, no, we'll go too, we'll do it, no problem at all. As time's gone on, everyone that comes in the gym when this dog's here, or when the guy turns up with the dog here, it's beautiful. It's unless you come to my gym, you see what it's like, UK. The atmosphere, there is no atmosphere, but the atmosphere, you can come in, have a laugh and a joke. You can come and have a workout. You can sit down and have a chat.
It's a community, not just a gym, right?
It's not. Yeah, it's a community gym, and it's what I've built over 22 years. Now, obviously, before then, it was just a heavyweights gym. Everyone came in, no problem at all. So we got to, like I said, 2019. I approached the council, and the reason why I approached them because the people that had taken over the building had moved the gym from where it was, which was just down the corridor to me, and they put it at the front of the building where there used to be a function room now. Yeah. So, and we used to have a cafeteria there and whatnot, but they've sort of, whatever they did, they knocked it out and whatnot. So if you walked into the leisure centre now, you'd walk in and you got the front, the girl ladies at the front desk. You go through a turnstile. And then immediately in front of you, you would have their gym, Everyone Active it's called, which is up beside that's the company. And then you'd walk across the seating area where you could sit down and have a coffee and whatnot. And then I'm in the corner. So where the passing trade came was where before they never had no turnstiles. Yeah. People could just come in and walk around and whatnot and have a look. Okay, I mean, I can't. It's a new company. They've got to put the,
Yeah, it's like having new management and bits and pieces.
So I lost a lot of my trade, and the gym that they had as well. UK had. So the other one was more fitness and cardio. This new gym that opened up now was similar to mine. They had dumbbells in there. I think the heaviest dumbbell I've got in is about 60 kilo dumbbell, between 55 and 60 kilo dumbbell. Yeah, they had squat racks in there, better Smith machines. Still had the massive range of cardio. When I walked in the gym, I thought, "Oh, mate, look at this and it's probably twice, if not 3 times as big as the one it was before. Probably twice as big. Let's make it easy that way." And I thought, "Oh, okay." Manager said to me, "Look," I said, I had a look around. I thought, as it goes right here. I'm gonna have to sort something out because my lease runs out in 2 years' time. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. So what I did, I approached the council in 2019, and at that time, I had an arrears with the council. I'm going to say I had an arrears with the council because, one, my business has been affected. You know, in business, you go up and down.
Correct.
Yeah? So at that time, the council approached me about 6 or 7 months before and said, "Listen, Sid, look, we've noticed that you've got very arrears. Any chance we can set up a payment plan?" I said, "Yeah, no problem at all. We can do that." So we done it, set up a payment plan. Everything was up to date, no problem at all. So when I approached them the second time, they said, I went with a partner, put a business plan together. I went with a friend of mine, not a partner, put with a friend of mine. And because what it is, my reading and writing isn't perfect. I'm going to be honest. Probably loads of other.
Yeah,
you can get a bit embarrassed sometimes. You can get a bit. You always get, "Here, mate, do me a favour. Can you read that for us? Here, mate, can you do?" I know computers and all that kind of stuff. My son, he does a lot of computer work for me and whatnot because. I'm not going to use excuse that how old I am, but it's part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
okay,
I get that.
You know. So anyway, we put a business plan together. We put it to the council. They came back. We went back. We had our first meeting with them late. I think it was probably late 2019, and then they came back to us here, Kate. And then they said yes, we're happy to extend your lease. It's the emails. I think I've done it.
So you've got all the proof of the conversations.
Yeah,
email trail.
We've got email trail and whatnot. Yeah, and they said yes, we're happy to extend your lease to. It actually says the council are happy to extend your lease to 2028 UK.
Mm-hmm.
So I went, great, lovely. Anyway, so I've got the email says on the 4th of March when they came. Right, yeah.
Yep.
So I've got that. Yeah. So I thought, right, lovely. No, I know.
So that's great news, right?
Yeah, lovely. No problem. Thinking great. So everything's up to date. No problem at all. All of a sudden, my birthday's on the 21st of March, okay? What happened the day before March?
Go on.
We had lockdown.
Yeah. Oh, this is where I come in.
Yeah. So, we had lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, okay then, what are we going to do here? So, obviously, everyone was in the same boat. Not knocking it. In between that time, there was grants that was given out to certain councils and whatnot and this, that, and everything else. And the council were putting money into my account.
So they were helping you. So Bracknell Forest were helping you.
Yeah, because they said this money's, and then what I had to do, transfer it back to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. I'm going to be honest. There wasn't an income coming into the house. I had three kids. I got 3 kids. Okay, one lives with my ex-wife, and I was living with my 2 boys at the time. Everyone in lockdown still had bills to pay, food to eat and whatnot.
Yeah.
So my income at the time, because I was on a low income, because what I didn't put myself on an income where I'm going to earn 2, 3, 4 grand a month, because it wasn't like that in the business. The business paid for itself. So I put myself on a minimum wage, but at the same time, right, UK, I put the hours in that needed to be, so I didn't pay myself.
Correct. Oh, wow.
Right? So, and what I did was make sure that the gym was covered and my kids had something to eat and whatnot. So that was that done, yeah. Okay. Came out of lockdown in July, and I thought, I know what I do. I send an email to the council what's happening about my lease. Send another email to the council. I got all paper trail. Right up until I think we went back into lockdown in November, didn't we?
Yeah, October.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah.
And then we came out of lockdown end of November. Sent another email again. And then we had another lockdown from, was it the 13th of December or something?
Yeah, it was like the 13th of December
till April 2021. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
God,
Yeah. Anyway, sending emails off. So came same thing again. Sending emails off and whatnot. Yeah. And then I received an email from the council to say we're no longer your landlord. So I thought.
Sorry. Stop.
Yeah.
So I know obviously you're on the floor.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. So everything was going great.
Yeah.
As in they were going to extend it to 2028.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, there's bits and pieces of like ups and downs, which in any business happens.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bracknell Forest Council should understand that, you know, they've got other businesses that they work with, so it's not just you that it's happened with.
Yeah.
and obviously COVID, which no one could predicted.
No.
They helped you in one sense of like obviously with the grants and
Yeah.
helping bits and pieces.
I'll have to. I mean, for the grants that we got here, Kate. Yes, they were from the council. I can't say they wasn't because you can take my bank details. I'll probably go into it and have a look at it and show you. Yeah.
But my question is, before we go into the next part of where it went horribly wrong.
Yeah.
So the person that sent you the email.
Yeah.
Back in 2019.
21, no, the original email.
The original one that said we're willing.
Yeah, yeah.
What happened to that person in the sense of where did he go?
That person.
Because obviously it's a black and white, right?
You'll hear more about this, Yoko, but that person has not replied to me. I sent emails to him.
Yeah.
And there was 2 people that were involved. I'm not going to put no names up, Yoko,
because obviously it's still ongoing, right?
That person would not reply to me. The person that was there at the meeting at the time when all this went through, he had left the building. I think he left them in 2021. I think it was, yeah. So I emailed him, and he said, in other words, yes, Sid. You know, I do. Obviously, he works for the council. I do remember this, that, and the other. But this is months down. This is like a year or so down the line. So anyway, I thought, okay, I thought, why? And then I found out the understanding was here, Kate, is that they said to me that due to the fact that the agent that runs the building, they are your new landlord. Yeah?
Correct, but yeah.
But I thought, okay, well, I'm still paying the council, but these are my new landlords. They said I've got to go to them. Okay, I'll go to them. I approached them. They said, Sid, we can't talk to you about that, yeah? Due to the fact the room, we're not your landlord. So you need to go back to the council. So I went, okay, right. So here we go again. So I said, you know, well, they said the room hasn't been underwritten to us. Until the room's been underwritten to us from the council, we can't talk to you about that room.
Great.
So I thought, well, okay.
Sense, right?
I thought, you know, right, you don't want to crack on, mess about this, that, and the other. I've got it on paper that the council said this, yeah. Right, that's that done. Okay. With that, UK, I thought, I'm getting messed about now. I've been sending emails backwards and forwards. No one's giving me a straight answer. I'm only asking one question. Can you sort out the agreement, my lease agreement, please?
Of what you had in 2019, which would have been to 2028, right?
Yeah, yeah. So the actual, it would have been because at the time, my original lease would have run out in 2022. Yeah.
Yep.
So I approached them early, like I've said before. Approached them early. And they said to me, "Okay, no problem at all. We can either do it from now, or we can do it from 2022 to 28." Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. Come back from lockdown. Got this messing about. All this. I'm not in that business. So I went. Okay, so I put a formal complaint in.
So something obviously happened that you weren't notified about, right?
Thank you. So I put a formal complaint in. They said, got the complaint, put it through, put my same case across. Spoke to a number of people in the council that were talking to me that I had to, obviously now certain people can't talk to me in the council because it's been put to a council department, whatever the department is.
Yeah.
That's where you put the complaints through, spoke to them, had meetings with them and whatnot, okay, and then received a letter back from them. And on the letter it says we upheld your complaint on certain parts.
Yep.
And I thought, okay, well, you upload the complaints because I've got all the proof. I've shown you, I've given you everything. And then they said to me, we've come up with some options.
So we've got a positive outcome, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah. We're thinking great.
So it's positive, or is it?
So we got these. So I've looked at these options and I went, right, okay. So it says the first option, option 1.
Okay.
Says from April 2022.
Yes.
Yeah. April to August 2023.
Which isn't long away.
Your rent at the moment now will stay as it is, yeah, okay. That's okay. Mm-hmm. Or option 2, which is from April 2021 to April to 2025, yeah, your rent will be the same until April 2023. Yeah. And then from 23 to 25, your rent will be doubled
Doubled, isn't that a certain law that they can't do that?
I don't know.
No, I'm sure. Obviously, it's
No, this is what came.
I may be wrong, guys.
Now, between this came from the council and the other company. It says on there that because now I have to deal with them, which is they're the agents for the council,
which is everyone
active,
right? Yeah.
The options that you've got here, Kay, is this.
So your business has been affected by the new gym opening.
Yeah.
That has now ended up as a competitor, but it wasn't before.
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
And now they're on about doubling your rent.
Yeah.
So if you can't afford the rent, they've got you out without having an argument. Is that pretty much, or am I?
Yeah, that's what it boils down to.
Well, we're in the politest way, and so obviously I don't mean to stop you in your tracks, but it's annoyed me because obviously when I was at my lowest, and obviously if you've listened to or watched any of my mental health podcasts, obviously I have said about BodyZone and certain bits and pieces that when I was at my lowest, I got caught breaking into a gym because I used gym for my PTSD and bits and pieces of that, and obviously Sid would let me go and use the gym. I'd be in there and I'd go and use the gym. But obviously when he discovered, obviously, I didn't have any gym equipment and I was in a bad way, very bad way. Mentally, I couldn't function properly. And I know on this, obviously, now I've changed a little bit in the sense I've got other tools to help me with my mental health. But BodyZone stood by me in the sense of it gave me gym equipment.
Yes.
You gave me benches.
Yes.
You gave me bars. You gave me the dumbbells. You gave me everything I needed. So I could use it in my garden, and obviously I've got clips of me building. I had gazebos up with obviously the gym equipment, which is obviously the famous yellow. Yeah. And so obviously he gave me the gym. Without that, in the politest way, I'm not saying I wouldn't be here now. I would think I'd be a lot further behind on my journey. And BodyZone helped me, which then once I got to a certain stage, to help the next person, so to go, like, I've got some people that can't come in with everybody else in the gym, and you think, well, here's the key.
It's the key.
Go in where nobody else is, and we don't open to this time. Come in before that time. Use it yourself. Like Mary, for example. Yeah. We had Mary in and bits and pieces like that. Obviously, I've been doing with some of my. I started there with my podcasts, doing it with Kai and behind the desk with a few others, but we've got other bits at the very beginning. But it wasn't just. It's not just a gym. With my mental health, I could go there, sit. Sometimes I've even just gone there for the chat, sat with you there. Here's a bottle of water, there's a rubber. Yeah. And before we know, we've had a conversation, and I've been there an hour. Oh shit, I'm running late for my dinner, and I've got to shoot back to Reading. But it's not just a gym, though, is it?
No.
In the politest sense, I found. Obviously, I've been to some other gyms, and this is where I'm going to come to you in a minute, Kai. I've gone to other gyms that it's all about. Do you know what I mean? And BodyZone. It's not that kind of gym.
Well, if you let's look at the name BodyZone. It says it itself, doesn't it? Your body. I try to make sure that your body can come into a zone to feel comfortable in.
Yes.
And what I do for at the moment now, I'm here doing this podcast, and I've got one of my members in the gym that's looking after my gym.
So hang on, let me stop. So one of your members
in my gym.
This exactly what I'm saying on the tin, doesn't it?
Just how it works. Yeah. Well, I'm here, and I can guarantee I'm here now, and I guarantee you, there's money behind my counter, there's notes behind my counter, and if the person that I said, listen, can you look after the gym for me for a couple of hours, has gone, which he said I can guarantee someone else will be in now. And they go, what's the name? Oh, Tony just left here, Carl. He said that you'd be back in a couple of hours, but not so. I was going to be here for another couple of hours, so I kept the gym, no problem at all. And as he goes, said, if you look behind the counter, there's a couple of notes here, Carl. I didn't know what the prices were, so I saw the price. No, I saw the price on the wall. Didn't know all of them, but someone's left £4. I from know what the prices are: £4, £3, whatnot. And I didn't know how to use the till, so I've just left it on the side there. I'll go, no problem.
So it is proper community, because this is where I want to link in you. Obviously, everybody at home, Sid is Kai's dad, so obviously I know we take the mickey out of him for being the fat chicken and that. But Kai, in the sense of, obviously me and you've had plenty of conversations about this privately when what does it mean to you? Obviously you've grown up with this gym.
Yeah. It's it's hard to describe it as like one thing. Like it is, like you said, it is a community. I'd say it's more than a community. It's a family. Like,
That's probably a better word.
Yeah, like I don't live down here anymore. I live in Southampton. I go to a gym in Southampton. I train. It's a completely different atmosphere. You can go into BodyZone. You can go in there. You can have conversations for hours at a time. You could be in there training your heart out and that. And some days, you know, you go in there just for the conversation. Other days you go in there to train and you end up having a conversation. But it's not like it interrupts your training. It's sort of part of the whole experience. Most commercial gyms, unless you go with someone you know, you won't end up speaking to anyone.
Yeah, you can go in there. It's not the same.
And that's all right if that's what you're into. But like, you can do that at BodyZone as well. It's not like people will go out their way to have a conversation and interrupt you. If you want to get your head down, get your training done, you can do that. But if you want to have like a conversation, see how everyone is and everything like that, it's a place for you to go and talk to people. I've had mates who my dad has employed there. He's let them come in and try it out for free. When I was younger and my mates couldn't get into gyms but they wanted to work out, he was like, yeah, come have a free trial or come down for the month or whatever. Most gyms won't do that. They'll like pay. You have to pay all these absurd prices, and then it's like you're not getting the results you want. You get members of at our gym, members of staff that are always willing to help. Obviously, some gyms they say, "Oh, I'm just a receptionist. I can't really help out."
Yeah, well,
like,
I know some of you, even you, I know, obviously, sorry, mate, so, like they're hoovering.
Yeah, exactly.
They're cleaning stuff. They're sterilising. But everyone does a little bit of everything.
Yeah, everyone does a little bit of everything. And it's like, if you're ever struggling in the gym, whether it's to push something or you don't know how to do an exercise, you can go up to someone and be like, oh, could you just quickly show me how to do this? Or can you spot me doing this? And everyone will be like, yeah, sure, no worries. Doesn't matter if they're training or in the middle of a conversation. They will go out their way to help people. Not everywhere else will do that.
No, because obviously, in a politest way to your dad, when I've had to bring, I say clients, just because that's the easiest way to explain it for everybody at home. So obviously, I PT and everything for free and help anybody with mental health with the qualifications I've got. So like SIDS, in some gyms, I can imagine going to anyone active or pure gyms or the bigger gyms. You can't, obviously, it's done through computers, right?
Yeah.
You can't explain this person's got mental health. But I can walk into you because you've got the personal touch, and in the politest way, you've never charged anybody that needed it for mental health or for whatever reason. You've never ever charged.
No, that's what we do.
And that's the one thing that I want to make very clear. We're not like, he didn't charge me to rent it, like, to give me. He gave me the gym equipment because he needed it for my mental health. So it's not just the gym, and that's the bit that's really frustrating me. If you take BodyZone right now, especially some of my clients, and obviously previously on this morning we had obviously for the Open Doors Open Mind, and obviously if anybody wants to see that, go on to the YouTube channel for Open Doors Open Mind, and you'll see a woman called Emma, and obviously you'll listen to her story and what's happened to her, and she uses a gym, right?
Yeah.
You're going to take somebody's, not that it's a lifeline.
Yeah.
It's not just, oh, let's go get the thing or going to the beach. It isn't all about that bollocks. And I know obviously I don't mean to swear, and obviously we're going to use it, but it's irritating me. In fact, it's the council that should understand what it's not just you're taking something away.
Community.
You've got them big commercial gyms. Crack on.
Yeah, no problem.
You're not even asking them to stop.
No,
just let me do what the original plan was that we did in 19. Right? You're taking something away from someone.
Yeah.
And you're going to lose, and it's going to damage people's mental health.
Yes, yeah.
And without certain safety nets like BodyZone and other gyms that are working very similar to you, the council are making more of a burden for the NHS because there's going to be crisis because of... When I lost in lockdown the gym, my whole world ended. It's because, one, it was like what I call my pub. It was where my safe zone was, and it was how I used the exercise to deal with my PTSD. Now, for a perfect example, not saying, but Emma, if you took that away from her right now, with her anxiety and everything, because she feels comfortable, but if she didn't feel comfortable, you would go up to her, come on, go and just take her out of it, right?
Yeah.
If she goes to the big commercial gyms, right, well, she's not going to go, is she? And like I said, she won't.
She has. If she wanted to go, she would go.
Yeah.
We've got so many gyms
in a polite way, she's got a big commercial gym right by her house.
Thank you.
But she travels from Reading.
Yeah.
Because of what it is, she's travelling from Reading to Bracknell, and she has pure gym literally at the bottom. Well, what? Half a mile, if that?
Yeah.
But she's travelling 6 or 7 miles for a purpose, and that's what I don't think the council's quite understanding. It's more they're involving the damaging. I say I've got to be very careful how I use my words here. They're not helping people's mental health. They're kind of pushing it in the wrong direction, all over politics.
Yeah.
And stuff that's not relevant. And to me, I wouldn't be doing certain things like this podcast and helping other people if Sid and hadn't helped me, or the gym. I say you, what was you, but in a sense of BodyZone, hadn't. It wasn't just me you gave equipment to.
Yeah, no, you gave it out to everyone.
But pretty much most of your members had a bit of gym equipment to keep them going, because I remember helping you bring it back in. We painted it all, we refurbed it. So it's not just like he helped one person. And obviously part of this, obviously with what we are going to do, guys, if you need to I want everybody, obviously all the members, anybody that's ever been to BodyZone, who ever knows Sid, but you've also had famous people in there, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
out of all the gyms you could have gone to.
That's another story, yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is it means something to somebody.
Yeah.
In the sense of, because obviously I'm going to mention it, Will Smith.
Yeah.
He, out of all the gyms you could have went to.
I'll tell you the story about that, yeah.
But in the sense of...
Yeah, so what happened was, I was in the gym one day, some geezer comes through the door, it must have been about 11:30. I said, came in, can I have a look around, mate? Yeah, go on now, go and have a look around. I come back, he went, as he goes, yeah, I like this. I've had a look around here, Carl. I've been to a few other gyms in here, but yeah. Goes, I'm Will Smith's personal trainer. And I went, yeah, all right then, mate. Of course you are. If you want to have a free session.
Of course you are, mate.
Go have a free session. He went, no, I'm Will Smith's personal trainer. He's there to do the film Aladdin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I said, okay then. He goes, look, would you mind if he came in here about 5:30 this evening? This was a Thursday. So I said, and I'm still thinking, yeah. So I said, yeah, of course you can, mate. I'll tell you what, I'll see you. I'll see you later on. Left it at that. So I finished work at about 3:00 because I normally pick my daughter up from school. Gets a call from one of my staff, Sid. There's a geezer who's like said he spoke to you this morning about having a free session. I went, yeah. He goes, it's something to do with Will Smith. So yeah, cool. I came straight over. So he's turned up now and he goes, oh, don't worry. All right, there, mate, how you doing? Yeah, he'll be here in about 15 minutes. I said, I'll tell you what to do. If he comes in 15 minutes, because we've got a back door where we are, I'll show you how to get him through the back. Because coming through the front, I'm thinking, if he comes through the front door and it is Will Smith, he ain't going to make it through the front door.
No, of course he ain't.
Anyway, that's so about 15 minutes have gone past. Who walks through the back door? Will Smith. Anyway, so I'm at the counter and he's at the other end of the gym. He's got his personal training. He's training away. We must have had about 7 or 8 people in the gym at the time. And they said, you know that geezer down the bottom, mate? I said, yeah. He doesn't have to look like Will Smith. Went, yeah. So anyway, so Will Smith's come up. All right, there, he's gone, thank you very much. Really appreciate, like your gym, yeah, okay. Love the music in there. Really, I took a photo. You'll see in my gym when you come in. There's a photo of me and Will Smith, and that is the original photo that was taken on the first day that he turned up. Anyway, he's gone down to it. So I thought, anyway, it's come out, innit? And so I put on Facebook, I guess who popped in to see me today? An old friend of mine, Will Smith, yeah? So that was that, yeah? And then one of my other mates who was looking after the gym for me, this is on a Sunday now, so it's 2 days later, he's just about to close up at 4:00, and he goes, you ain't gonna believe this. I was just about to shut the door, and Will Smith walks in.
Yeah.
I goes, what? He goes, yeah, it's just me, him, and his personal trainer. And he said, you know what? I didn't know what to do. I just sat there. I thought I could have stayed here for 3 hours, 10 hours, like, you know what I mean? Anyway, that was that, yeah. Anyway, he got out, didn't he? So they worked out he was coming every, because he didn't come the Monday. Some people turned up Monday, but he came on a Tuesday. So people had worked out it every other. Anyway, come to Tuesday now, he's coming at the same time. He's brought a couple of people, a bit of entourage with him. It must have had 5 or 6 people with him. But the gym was packed. And outside the gym door, there was mums and kids. There must have been about 50, 60 people outside the front door. And if anyone's watching this podcast and remembers that, UK, and was there, they know that I'm telling the truth.
Yeah, no, he is.
Now, what happened was, UK, Will, his personal minder wasn't a big lump, but I think the geezer was XSAS or whatever he was at the time. And he's going to Will Smith, look, Will's had his workout. And he's gone to him, listen, we got to go. Will's gone, listen, I'm not going until I have or speak to every person that's come down to see me, and then we'll go. And I tell you what, he must have been there for about 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Now, his workout would have been 45 minutes, an hour at the most. I'm going to go over the top. He was about 2.5 hours he was there, and he took a photo and he shook his hand and met people and whatnot. Now, there are some people out there that came to my gym that have got photos that did and know what I'm saying is absolutely true. So now, that was a Tuesday. Now, he said to me, he rang me up on the Thursday. He said, "What I'm going to do, and we're going to try and make it, but we might be able not to make it because we've got to get back." So what happened? People started turning up again, but then I got a phone call, and I don't know if I've still got the email. So he says, "I really appreciate what you letting us in there, Jimmy. Okay, really sorry that we couldn't make it today, but we had to get back, yeah." And Will Smith actually came down because I think he's got 2 sons.
Correct, yeah.
So one that he does, it was one he's done a few films with, and it's another one he's got afro. And at the time he had afro hair. Mm-hmm. That was on the Tuesday. He came in and had a workout in the gym. We've had Eddie Hall,
as in big Eddie.
Yeah,
Hall.
Eddie Hall.
All right, yeah.
And now how this one worked? Someone said to me, he was down for a while. He was doing something in the sports centre. I don't know what it was here because I got a few people took a photo. And he sort of managed to just walk into, and he went, "What?" This is what exact words he said. "God, I like this."
Yeah, because
this is a bit of me. This is like, you know what I mean. I haven't spoke to him since, because I didn't actually get to meet him in person. Mm-hmm. They said he might have. He hasn't been back since, but just him coming in the gym. I had the what's it? Is it Australian All Blacks, New Zealand All Blacks? Mm-hmm. They came into my gym. God, we're talking when they came.
So it's quite a famous gym in the sense of what it means. Out of all the gyms you could be going to, and people like myself and Emma's, and you've got Australian rugby teams, you've got UK strongmen, you've got actors. Yeah. In a politer sense, Sid, you've got the big commercial gyms with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of equipment. Yeah. Right? Do you not think also it's when you come into your gym, they've also automatically felt welcome?
All I can say, this is how it's always happened in my gym. You can walk into my gym and go, "God, I'm not too sure if it's this." I guarantee you, you walk in. By the time you walk out, you go. If you're into it, you go, "Yeah, no, I don't." Now, what I normally do. For guys, I'll give them a free trial session. For women, I'll give them a month free, because I understand that a lot of guys that come to my gym, they know what they want straight away. Yeah. Women are not too sure because, going in a gym where it's mainly all geezers and whatnot and all that kind of bit. I'll give them a month and I'll say 9 out of 10 of them that have come in have come back and have done months membership. I've got women in there. I've got so many different ages in my gym. I think there's probably.
So have you got any like Olympic people or anything like that in there?
We've got one. We've got a lady that she's England's either Commonwealth champion or world champion
Kai
sprinter.
will do the check in on that one.
It's got there's 2 girls. There's 2 girls. I won't mention the names, UK, but I'd rather you search them. Because I don't want to get the names wrong here.
Yeah.
Research and whatnot. Yeah. We've got a lady who just when did she win the powerlifting championship? Came 5th in the country.
I think that was it. Yeah.
5th in the world. She won that just before Christmas. She trains at my gym. Okay, so maybe the best thing for you. I'm going to say this now and now. You're more than welcome to come down my gym. If you want to do a podcast from my gym. Just to show the people what the gym done for you, what type of gym it is, okay? So they can get an understanding of, we can say what we're saying, seeing is believing.
That's very true.
And then, you can say, look, there's what Sid said to us on that podcast, and there's a photo of him, and when you walk in, It's spitting sawdust. There ain't nothing flash about my gym. The actually colours are, it's like yellow, blue. Is it yellow?
There's no
blue?
iPhone chargers in it.
No. It's like yellow, blue. It's yellow, blue, and red, isn't it?
Yeah, that's on the walls,
Yeah,
and
on
then
the
the
wall,
machines
yeah.
are all yellow. And
All the
black.
machine. Yeah, I've got yellow machines to beat that one.
I mean, he knows. He helped you paint it.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
what I mean?
but guys out there, anybody over the years that has used the gym, you may not still use it, but obviously you've got a good memory about it, bits and pieces like that. Can you obviously put in the comments below? Would it be a loss? Because obviously I know people that I've trained with, and I've gone, oh yeah, I use BodyZone. And I've gone in with one of the t-shirts on in other gyms, and they were like,
Is
on
it?
BodyZone.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. He said, but that's in Bracknell. Well, what have you done there then? Because obviously everybody knows I'm from
Yeah,
Newbury and Reading
yeah,
area.
yeah.
Well, you gone over? I was like, oh yeah, and my mate owns it, and this is
Yeah.
this, and I'm doing but other people who go there.
Yeah.
Because sometimes obviously it's looking for specific leg equipment
Yeah,
and
yeah,
bits
yeah,
and pieces, because obviously
yeah.
you do specialise in certain
Yeah,
heavy
yeah.
equipment and bits and pieces. But I've never had anybody, or I've never come across anybody that's had a bad word to say about the gym.
I hope not.
But in the sense of everyone's always got the big commercial ones. I can even clearly say now, because it's not if. I've had to queue up for 45 minutes just to get on one bit of equipment,
no.
because they are busy, and I get it. That's how they make the money. But obviously there's more of a, it's more, like, as Kai would put it, it's more of a family. But so the best scenario for you, obviously from this podcast and bits and pieces, is, well, for me, the best scenario is to keep it going so I can use my clients, or my clients have still got somewhere that's in that area, so I've got somewhere to take them to help with their mental health, because they're waiting on a waiting list for the help from the therapy, because obviously I do the talking as well as doing the training in there. So for me, there's a massive loss. I obviously know for you it's your business, but
Yes,
just
I
for a
mean,
personal thing, it's a massive loss for me and for the people that in that area in Bracknell that I use to go into that one.
I would say that because it's a community gym and it's for the community, my gym isn't interfering with anyone else's intake that comes into the building.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, what happens is this way: if you go out of my gym and go and buy a cup of coffee, I don't get nothing from that.
No.
But the other people are no problem at all. But what my gym does, it's a community gym, and it helps so many people in so many different ways. And I wish that you could come down and meet, like you've spoken what he's done for you and what's done for us and for Emma. These are just,
and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Tip of the iceberg. What he does.
Yeah.
It's an old-fashioned gym, old school gym, and there's not enough of them around. There used to be in the area, Windsor, Maidenhead, Slough, and all that. Used to be one in each area.
Correct.
I think there's only in Bracknell. There's one.
There isn't many old school. Well,
There's
I can't think of any. Is there?
No,
not even just in
We
Bracknell.
always be big names. You know what I mean?
Even from in Reading.
Yeah.
Where the old ones like the Mecca Gym, all that kind of the old
Castle
school
Gym. You know.
Yeah, Castle Gym.
Yeah,
all gone.
Yeah, all gone. Now I've been, like I said, I've been here for 22 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've run the gym for 23 years now, and I'm at the I'm still trying to keep the gym, keep it going. Yes,
It's never going to make you a millionaire, right? But it's more to you than that, isn't it?
It's not. Let's put it this way: money's involved in everything, yeah.
Of course.
But the money that I make out of that is not. I don't make money out of the gym. What I make the case for people. What makes me feel good is the people that come through the door and they go, you know what, Sid, right? Yeah, I'm so glad you still got this going. I still got, and that's enough for me. Now the people that are gonna, it's a wide community. They come from, I would say, minimum a 5 mile radius. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I agree
That come to my gym, right? Okay, that are gonna feel shocked. They've even said to me, Sid, you know what, right? We ain't going to go. We're going to have to find somewhere else. But it's not going to be the same, because that community in that gym are going to disperse.
Yep.
And with the mental health that we do, we have kids and what we got a guy that brings kids in from school. Some of these kids are, you get in schools. They say the kids are a bit naughty and whatnot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He brings them in twice a week, and I say, go on, just bring them in. Don't worry about it. So they come in. And they come in. At first, they came in with a bit of an attitude, as I saw as them walked in the door. Mm-hmm. They say, "Well, all right, let's sit. Oh, thanks a lot, mate." Now, first it was mate and thank you. Now they go, "All right, Sid, how you doing, Sid?" Yeah, that's how they. And if they want a drink, I say to them, the fridges. Go and get a fridge. And they're not like I'll have one of them on a. They go and take a drink, okay, and they come back, okay, because I've made them feel comfortable and relaxed, okay? And when they come, I can only say it as it is. When they come to my gym, they've got a smile on their face and they're laughing and joking and having a good time and whatnot. They train. We got people with disabilities and whatnot that come into my gym, and like my son said, it's a community gym that no one looks at anyone in any different way. All they do is say, all they do is just say, all right, how you doing? And they're just everyone's a friend to everyone.
There's all warps of life there, right?
Oh yeah, of course there is.
Yeah,
Course,
because I've been in there and I've seen you having a conversation with one. And, was he a solicitor or a lawyer about that one? And then you're talking to someone like me that was having, "You're right, Scott. How's everything going? You've just gone through a divorce."
No one, because it's a solicitor or whoever that person. When they come in the gym, they're just part of the gym.
Yeah, and it's just one. It doesn't matter who you got, more money, less money, better health.
Everyone,
no, I get that. But Kai, what would it mean to you if the gym shut?
Honestly, I don't know what we would do. It'd be a massive loss. Because I know he says it's a community gym. It's not a community gym. It's a family gym. Everyone there is basically a family. I know people there. When I first, like a few years ago, my dad, he went away he got hired to do some business stuff, and I had to look after the gym. I was scared. It was the first time I was ever looking after the gym by myself. I had people there who made it more comfortable for me, because obviously I knew all these people when I come in, and I'll say, "Oh, Dad, can I train for a bit, or can I get a drink?" But I've never actually been in charge. Mm-hmm. And it's like, if I've got to tell someone, "Oh, can you do this or this, that?" There's not like there's any resentment towards me. They're all, "Yeah, no, we'll give you a hand with this. Like, do you want us to stay behind after, we'll help you pack up?" Because obviously it's like all this. I hadn't started training properly, and it's all this heavy equipment that I've got to put away. And I think I was younger than what I am at the time, and like they're willing to help and everything. And it would genuinely be massive loss. We've got people in there who come down like just for the entire day. We've got people who spend the entire day there, and they might spend 2-3 hours training, but will be there for like 6-7 hours just getting to know, talking to everyone. So
what would you say if you could have Bracknell Forest Council in front of you, the people that are making all the decisions there, as the person obviously we've got, what would you ask for them?
I'd turn around and say to them, "Look, at the end of the day, I understand that you guys have got like commercial gyms in the area. I understand it's about generating money and, making Bracknell a better place, because they've done uptown and everything, and they've got like 3 new gyms in the space of a 2-minute walk of just town centre. Mm-hmm. And it's all well and good doing that, but you're not looking out for the actual people who go to these community gyms, who travel far and come to Bracknell to come to this place. You've had famous people, you've had tons of people throughout the 20 odd years my dad's owned it, come there and train and say what this amazing place it is. I can't understand why you would want to close it down. I can't. And that's what I would say to them. Like, even a few years ago, and I've only just remembered this, I had a college project, and I was making a trailer for the gym as part of my college project. And a lot of people would turn around to me afterwards. I would ask them, "What do you think of the gym?" And if I can find the footage, I'll play it at the end of this. Mm-hmm. They'd give their opinion on the gym, and they'd say, "Hang on a sec, Carl, give me 2 seconds." They said, and we had personal trainers doing it as well. They turn around and say, "Have you got enough time to do one more thing?" And I was like, "Yeah." They asked me, "What do you think of my dad? What do you think of Sid running the gym?" And they give these heartfelt speeches. I remember showing my dad.
I hope we can definitely find that, because that will definitely put a bit of
smile on his face when I showed him. He had no idea about it, and it's not people just saying it because it's not. I didn't ask them to say that. Mm-hmm. They asked me, "Can we say this as well?" And it's like
that's
it's not
nice, right?
And and it's like we've had so many members over the years that you can have a laugh and a joke with, that you can be serious and train with. You're not ever going to find anywhere like that. You're not going to be.
It's going to be basically an end of an era. You're never going to get them again, right?
Let's put it this way: the council will turn around and say that. I mean, I don't know what they're going to say, but one of the reasons could be due to the fact he owes a bit of money. Yeah, which is understandable.
I was about to say in the politest way, anybody that went through COVID, who didn't? I went bankrupt.
Yeah. And I have said to them that now there's always been a payment plan put in place.
Okay.
And due to the fact that through COVID and the effects it had on the business, and bringing back in the income that was inside there, the last 3 years, I have been put on hold because I didn't know where my business was going.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I said to you earlier on about the options that I had. Now, these options that I had wasn't the option that I had, or the opposite, the lease that I was offered in the beginning. I was offered until 2028. All of a sudden, because I put a complaint in, because no one was giving me a straight answer.
Basically.
Yeah, no one was giving me a straight answer. They gave me these two options. Now, if you look back, I've got one option is for just over 15 months, and the other option is double, only for 3 years, but double. Yeah, we're talking 65 grand, yeah, Kate. I've got the paperwork. 65 grand plus VAT, plus business rates, plus service charge. Now, this goes to just 65 grand. That's double to what I'm paying at the moment now. What's
more than, but yeah,
exactly, and more some, yeah, Kate. Now, I've just come out of lockdown, yeah, and you want to offer me something, yeah, Kate. So, what are you trying to tell me? You turned around and said to me, you can have that, you've got it there. But because you was messing me up, I was getting messed about, yeah, I put in a complaint about it. Is it because I put the complaint in?
Something's not... Wow.
You know? Okay, so...
it's going to come out, isn't it?
Of course, whether it comes out and how they want to put it, yeah. I've got the paper trail for it. Now, I've got people that are willing to say, Sid, you know what, right? If you keep the gym, we will help you to get yourself back on your feet. We'll invest the money, and whatnot, yeah. Mm-hmm. But until I got in this, there's no way that anyone's going to... I could not sign a contract here, okay, for 3 years, which is going to double my money. No. If there's going to be an increase, I can understand there's going to be an increase, yeah. But it's like you've got this...
Sorry, I don't mean... Because the first thing you just put... So if they're going to increase and more than double your rent, that means you've got to increase the memberships. And aren't we just about to go up in April again with energy crisis? Yeah. So people aren't going to be able to afford to come to the gym.
It'd be gone. But it's a community gym. It's a family gym. It's a community. Let's go back to leisure centres. Yep. What are leisure centres for?
Communities.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So you want the community of your area to come to your gym.
Correct.
We've been there. That gym's been there for over 40 years. We were the first heavyweights. We would have everyone before they even had their fitness and health gym. What they called their gym was BodyWorks. We was called BodyZone, and we was there before then. And I've even got an old picture of the gym, a flyer of the gym, what it used to look like. Okay, and I've been there for 23 years now. Is there something? What have I done wrong? I've built the community.
I don't know. I can't see, because I don't think they've, in the politest way, and I get it with the Bracknell Forest Council, they're doing it from a business side of it. But it's not just a business, and I get it. But I don't see how they can double the rent. It's not just us, the whole world's still in crisis because of COVID.
Now, whether they say it was from the other company have put this thing together because now his lease is with them, the negotiations had to go through both sides, and this is what they know what's been put on the table. And at the moment now, I'm meant to be signing something, heads of terms, and that's another story about them. I won't go into them, but
I think that's a future podcast because in the sense of.
But I'll keep them going back to the community.
So what do you, in prices way, if we could again ask the same question to you as what I did to Kyle. If you had Bracknell Forest Council here right now, what do you want from them? What would be the ideal solution?
One, I would like to say to them, I'd like them to honour the agreement that was put in place.
Okay.
Two, you've known me for 23 years, not for a couple of years. So you. Three, the community are asking you.
I'm asking you for a definite because obviously you're going to affect a lot of people's mental health.
Thank you. These people are asking you, come in and have a look at what we do. The schools in the area that I've had come in through work experience, speak to them. Look at some of the reports I've had back from them. come in and find out what BodyZone Gym does. Understand what we are doing for Bracknell Forest Council. Yeah, look at the support that BodyZone Gym is giving Bracknell Forest Council. Yeah, look at what we're doing for the community in Bracknell Forest. Yeah.
In the politest way, I live in West Berkshire, and you helped out into West Berkshire, so it's not just Bracknell Forest Council that you're helping. You're in the politest way. There was nothing by West Berkshire Council that could help me, but you did.
Exactly. No, like you said, I've got all walks of life that come to my gym. I've had people that have been naughty boys on this. I'm going to be honest, they've been naughty boys that they come to my gym, and they're just normal people. They become normal people.
But I guarantee you, in the politest way, that the normal person that's a bit higher end up on from the different scales of social life, I bet that now knowing because of who you are and what the gym is, I guarantee they're kind of like, he's not judging him and he's not judging in that sense, if you understand what I mean. I've got that type of, like I said, I've got all walks of life coming to my gym, all different types of people. Come and have a look and see for yourself. Yeah, I think we should definitely do a bit on that one. Obviously, this is where Kai can, but obviously going back even with the, what the people used to say about the gym, because obviously I can, this is for me saying I'm going to ask myself the same question. What I would like is I need a place to go, not just for myself, but other people that I'm helping that are like Emma, which obviously you can see parts about. I've got other people. If I said to Sid tonight, okay, I've got a guy that I need to get in there at 10 o'clock tonight when there's nobody else around, you're like, I know full well what you would say.
As long as the sports centre.
All right, mate. Just make sure you lock the door.
Done.
That's it. Wouldn't. You wouldn't go, oh yeah, by the way, you got to sign this form, do this thing. I want £22 an hour.
No.
Plus you got to pay your membership, blah blah blah, and you got to pay for somebody to. You don't even hesitate. You just like, I know full well what you'd have got to went. Yeah, Scott, look, it is the key. It is the key. Come round the mind, just drop the key back, or whatever. Right?
Answer to that: as long as the sports centre's open, you can just take the key, give us a call. It's all done.
Yep. And in the politest way, even the sports centre, and obviously I got to know a few of the boys that were the manager, and obviously when we were painting, they understood. So like, I could walk in, and like, you're right, Scott, because they knew what I was there, as in, you know.
Well, look, let's put it this way: when you come into this leisure centre itself, they've got turnstiles in there, and everyone else has a card and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And because they know that my people come through the door, not everyone's got a card at the same time. They just go, BodyZone, go straight through. Now the reception, and I would say 99% of the members go in that know. They know that you sort of.
Yeah, I've never had it personally. I've never had a problem with the reception.
There's never been,
what is that?
And even even the people that work in there, we it's like how can I put it?
Hang on, in some of the staff, if I remember rightly, coming in getting Red Bulls and bits and pieces and bottles of water from your place.
It's sometimes
and even training your place.
I think it's like a safety, not safety. They just feel
it's a community, or family as you call it, because they can be training in their own and getting their own bits, but they come in for the conversation and the rest of it, right?
Yeah.
That says a lot when you've got your own gym literally right next door to each other. Not that they're coming in and slagging the other one off, but they're coming in and, right, Sid, having a conversation, have can Red Bull or whatever.
That's like, I treat all this, everyone in the building that works there, whether they work for them or work for me, they'll get the same. So they come in, try, there's a drink here. And if they ain't got the money, don't worry about it. Don't worry. People, like I say, when you watch this, and you'll know what type of person I am.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. But obviously, please, Bracknell Forest Council, we're asking for help. We're not asking for you to give it to us for free. Would be nice. But in a sense of just honour what you originally said and the lease, and we can work, because obviously you are going to affect more than just, I can't go and take my clients in there because their anxiety. It's a big commercial gym. I need a kind of a gym like yours that I can go in there before everybody else is there. And like, if I took a certain client of mine, I couldn't have you guys in there as well. In a sense of, but you would I'd
honour it. Of course.
Right, okay, no worries. Just you two do. You let us know when you finish.
Look how much that helps that person.
Yeah. So it massive, and that's the bit that's really. Obviously, I don't want to swear and bits and pieces on this. It's really irritated me in a sense of, I guarantee you. Well, I already know I'm helping somebody at Bracknell Forest Council with their mental health and training them. They work at Bracknell Forest, but they live in Reading, and I'm helping them.
Yes, that's it.
In the polite sense, it's like, come on, it's not just about money. It's not just about pleasing the bigger boys because they're going to look after it. Remember, there's a place for everybody. It doesn't need to be this, and if you do what you're about to do, and I think it's very clever that they doubled the rent because they're not actually doing anything wrong. But I already know you couldn't afford it because you're losing money from the other.
Whether this is coming, whether the double rent has come from the council or not, I'm going to put that in there because they could turn and say it wasn't us that done it.
It could have been somebody else. Yeah.
I'm saying the bottom line is, you have the last say.
Of course. But
Sure.
even if this is everyone active, and obviously I appeal to you guys as well at the leisure centre, you're a bigger gym but I need for some of the clients and the kids that I work with as well. I work with many kids with autism, mental health problems, eating disorders, all that kind of stuff. If I don't have these kind of gyms that I can go to, I can't take them into commercial gyms. And when a perfect example, the gyms like my daughter, like my son. Do you remember when he come over and he was training and you walked up to him? I said, no, you're not doing that right move.
Done. Yeah.
And he was, and I was training, and he was just showing. You were talking to him about the gym equipment. You can't get all that kind of stuff in a big commercial gym. They won't go to them. And I've proven this time and time again. I'm doing podcasts about it. Please, Bracknell Forest Council, anybody else out there that can step forward, show your support. I think we should do like an appeal or build it all together. So I think hopefully, obviously, using the social media, all that sort of stuff. Guys, please, any businesses that want to get behind this, we're not asking for charity. All we're asking for is to honour the original agreement that was in. If 2028 we were still having the same conversation, that's a whole different move, right? But right now, people are needing, especially after COVID, especially after COVID, need a gym like that I can physically take them to, and other people and other PTs and yourself can take them and give them that personal touch rather than just chucking them aside. But right, I think we're going to end it there. There's going to be plenty more to come.
Yep.
Thank you very much, guys, for coming in.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My name's Tom Ford. I'm one of the personal trainers here at the gym. I've been here for 7-8 years, I think now. Just work independently and train various different types of clients. A lot for competitions, bodybuilding fitness competitions. It's the ideal sort of environment for that sort of training.
I think this gym's quite unique. I've used this gym for a long time, actually, probably for over 20 years, but I think that the idea around trying to get people to be less conscious about themselves or less kind of focus really on what they look like and more kind of involved actually in their exercise sessions is probably key.
I'd recommend to anyone, absolutely anyone. You're not judged here. You come straight in. If you don't have to do something, there's always someone to ask. They'll help you out. They'll point you in the right direction. If you want a PT, if you want to work alone, that's fine. Put your headphones on, crack on, people will leave you alone. If you want to chat, have a chat. I'd recommend to anyone. There is something for everyone here.
I like working here. I've been here for probably 6 years, so it's quite good.
I've known Sid for a long time actually, and to be honest with you, I think as far as the word genuine, I think it's probably one of the most genuine people I've ever come across.
Like a big brother, really. Always here to help. If you've got a problem, anything, like an agony on as well, I suppose sometimes. Spot on, helpful, just a nice guy.